Breaks. Many trains happen at night, like the Flying Kipper and the mail train. Thomas was returning from his last delivery. Hello, Henry. How was your night so far?
It's been pretty good, Thomas. How was your mail run?
It was very nice. I'm sure the night will be good to you. Just be careful.
Of course.
And Henry was ready to go. Henry was having a wonderful time. The rails hummed and the signal lights shone green. Thomas was at the last station for his mail run. Unknown to Henry, his brakes were jammed.
Driver, apply the brakes. They're jammed, Henry.
His driver and fireman had jumped clear, but Henry was off the tracks, feeling pain from his buffers.
Oh, how could I have let this happen? It wasn't your fault, Henry. It was your jammed brakes that caused the accident.
I wonder where Henry is. Driver, I think we better go look for him.
We shall, Thomas.
We shall. There you are, Henry. How did this happen?
Well, Thomas, I was just doing my usual run. Everything was going well till I got to the docks. For some reason I couldn't stop. My brakes were jammed.
Don't worry, Henry. We'll get you out of there in a jiffy. So Tom Hack came to speak with Henry the next day. Now, Henry, please tell me what happened last night.
Well, sir, it was like this. I was just doing my regular run with the Flying Kipper, but next thing you know, I ended up losing control. And my brakes ended up being jammed, which I didn't know about. And I ended up crashing into a brake van at the goods yard. And I'm very sorry, sir.
Don't worry, Henry. Your brakes shall be fixed.
Oh, thank you, sir.
With that in mind, Henry realizes that not everything goes as planned, but at least he was safe from harm. Percy and the Express. Percy was at the docks when Gordon showed up. "Hello, Percy. Did you see me today?" "No, Gordon, I did not." "Well, I was pulling the Express. I was on time. Everyone was impressed." "Good for you, Gordon." "Well, anyway, I best be going now. The passengers are waiting on me." And Gordon left the docks. Percy sighed. He wanted to pull the Express too, but he didn't know how. Next day, Percy was waiting at the docks, but for Gordon. He looked around, but couldn't find him anywhere. So Tom Hack came up. "Now, Percy, Gordon hasn't shown up because his boiler wouldn't make any steam. So I need you to pull the Express. Will you do it?" "Yes, sir." "That's a good engine. Now be quick now. The passengers are waiting." "Yes, sir." And Percy went to the Express. "Now be careful, Percy." Percy had a good time. He wasn't late, and the passengers enjoyed the ride. When he arrived at the docks, so Tom Hack was waiting for him. "I heard you did pretty good today. The passengers were impressed, and I'm very proud of you. Now please head off to the sheds. The rest of the engines are there." "Yes, sir." At the sheds, Percy was ranting on how he did so well with the Express. Gordon wasn't amused. "Now, Percy, I'm the Express engine, and I'm just a tank engine." "Pah!" said Gordon. All the engines just laughed. But Gordon just glared at everyone with a frown on his face. It just goes to show that anyone can do any job, especially if it's the Express. Don't you think? Thomas and Lewis. In the summertime, the Northwestern Railway becomes a hot spot for both passengers and freight. Thomas was at the docks waiting for his next freight train. Come on. I need to get to all the stations on time." "Keep your whining to yourself, little Thomas." "Cranky, you know what you can do. You can shove it." Thomas waited and waited. Soon, he heard some trucks coming from behind. "Finally, I'm bound to be on time now." The guard blew his whistle, and Thomas left the docks. Thomas was resting after a hard day's work when suddenly a black tank engine came to the sheds. He was wore out. "Hello, Thomas. How are you?" "Louis, is that you?" "Indeed it's me, dear brother. I'm here to help you with the freight work you have to do." "Thank goodness." "Indeed, dear brother. Indeed." Thomas and Louis were at the freight yard rounding up some trucks. The trucks hated this. "We won't go. We won't go. Leave me be, you steamers." "Why, you little... Come here." After their trains were ready, they waited for the guard to blow his whistle. Soon, he did. Thomas and Louis left the docks with their freight trains behind them. Thomas and Louis traveled all over the island, bringing goods to every station en route. On the way back to the docks, the switches were set at the wrong positions. Thomas and Louis were coming to the docks in opposite directions. As Thomas was rolling in, you could see Louis coming at him head on. "Louis, stop!" Louis saw Thomas and tried to stop, but the trucks wouldn't let him. Ah, funnels. Both engines were hurt and the trucks were hurt too. They groaned and cried in pain. Thomas and Louis felt steam coming out in all directions. "It's okay, brother. Accidents happen." "Really, Louis? Really? Those trucks caused a serious accident. They went too far, dear brother." As soon as both engines were fixed, they were sent back to the sheds to rest. Sir Tom had arrived, with a concerned look on his face. "Now you two were lucky only your drivers and firemen were the only people injured. The trucks have had their rest on you two, but since they're hurt as well, they won't be bothering you two for a long time." Both engines were happy and relieved. "Well, Thomas, we had a rough 2 days, haven't we?" "Yeah, but ooh, Louis, the next time I see those trucks, they're going down." "Oh dear." Both engines stared out into the sky, with smiles on their faces, knowing that the rest of the summer will be just fine. Unless Thomas ends up making the trucks mad again. Don't you think? Terry, Gerald, and Eric. It was summertime on the island of Sodor. Lewis and Straw Hat were waiting for 3 of his friends. Soon they arrived. Engines, welcome to the island of Sodor. I am Sir Topham Hatt, and you are? I'm Gerald.
I'm Terry. And I'm Eric.
Pleased to meet you. Now, I gotta assign you 3 jobs. Gerald, you're gonna be helping out at the docks. Terry and Eric, you're gonna be helping out with the express. We have lots of passengers and plenty of goods. So please keep busy. Everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. Hi, I'm Gerald. I'm Cranky. What are you doing here? I'm here to help you at the docks. Wonderful. Hello, I'm Percy. I'm Gerald. Nice to meet you, Gerald. Now, Cranky, please load these trucks for me, please. Fine. After Cranky was done, Percy was ready to leave. The guard blew his whistle, and Percy was on his way. At Knapford Station, Terry and Eric were waiting for their express coaches. Lewis was doing just that. Alright, you 2 are ready to go. At the station, Terry was waiting for his passengers. Then, he heard a whistle. It was Thomas coming to the station. Hi, I'm Thomas.
I'm Terry.
Thomas had never seen an engine like Terry. I wonder where he came from. So far, all was going well for these 3 engines. Even Lewis was impressed. Meanwhile, at the docks, Gerald was just resting. Then, he heard Eric from the distance. Eric sped by Gerald. My goodness, he's quite a rocket, he is. Eric just thundered down the line, feeling happy for his work. Your name's Thomas, right? Yes, indeed. And you're Terry, correct? Absolutely. I see that you're a tank engine. Yes, I am. I'm an E2 tank engine. Well, that's wonderful. I'm glad to have met you, Thomas. Same here. Oh my, why is Eric on the same line as Terry? That's not good. Terry was waiting at the station when... Oh no! Stop, Eric! Nobody was hurt, but Eric felt pain from his buffers. Oh, I feel horrible. Are you okay, Terry? I'm just fine, Eric. Lucky for me, I didn't have any passengers. At Nafford Station, Sir Tom had spoke to both engines. Now, you're lucky that there was no passengers on board. Now, I would like to also point out that you two still have a lot to learn on this railway, concerning you don't know all the lines. Now, don't beat yourself up over this. At least you two weren't badly hurt.
Thank you, sir.
Well, at least we are okay. Same here. Though he's right, this isn't the mainland. Near miss. It was the end of summer for the island of Sodor. All the engines were doing their last-minute jobs before summer had ended. Passenger services were busier than ever. And lucky for them, they had useful engines, like those that came from the mainland. At the docks, Terry was just idling with Cranky, when James bustled in. Sir Topham had arrived. Engines, I need you two to port a double header for a slow goods train. Me? You want me to help Terry pull a slow goods? Yes. You and Terry are both mixed traffic engines. I trust you will do just fine. Now, I must be going. There is plenty of work that's going on the island, and I need to be there for my engines, especially you. Sir Tom had left. Well, Terry, we might as well get these trucks together. I believe we are already set to go. What makes you say that? Well, we do have Gerald after all. Yep, I got it all right here for y'all. The trucks were all ready to go. Alright, let's get started, Terry. Ugh. So far, everything was going well. They stopped at every station on time. With no problems, Terry felt very confident with himself. But trouble was soon ahead. Toby was just pulling through Elsbridge when Terry and James bustled through. They almost hit Toby. What on earth? Terry and James stopped at their last station. Now, Terry, it's okay. You didn't mean to almost hit Toby.
But what if I hadn't paid attention? I'm sorry, Toby. I didn't mean to almost hit you.
That's okay. I'm an old tram, and I've seen many things happen. You were something new. But don't worry. Soon Sir Tom had met with all the engines that came from the mainland. I'm very pleased with all the work that you four have done. On behalf of the Honest Order, I give you a big thanks. Safe travels back to the mainland.
Hello, Gordon. You seem decent.
Of course I am. I have a very important people coming to my express today. I'll show them a good time.
Remember, Gordon, there are two ways of doing things. The Great Western Way or the wrong way. I'm Great Western and...
Don't I know it? I'll show him that my way is just the same as his way. What are you smiling about?
We get to work together today.
What? Fine, let's go. Well, Duck, I'll show you how to shunt trucks.
Oh, Gordon, the Great Western Way is the only way to shunt trucks. You should know that by now.
For your information, Duck, my way is just the same as your way.
I'm afraid your way isn't the same, you ignorant old engine.
Stop!
I can't. These trucks are being bad.
Wait! Look
I can
out!
take care of this myself. I know trucks. Huh, I told you, my way works.
Ugh. Let's get this train ready to go. We cannot be late.
Of course. We'll start slowing down midway since we have a heavy train.
So, we'll start slowing down when we are near the station.
Wrong. We need to slow down now.
We must stop, Duck.
Don't you think I know that?
You two should have worked together.
I tried to work with them, sir, but Gordon here did not follow the Great Western.
It doesn't matter which way as long as you two agree with each other on safety for yourself and others. This could have been a serious accident. Clear?
Yes, sir.